What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're just having the most wonderful birthday season so far. Happy birthday, happy birthday. But for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Virgo, especially during your birthday season, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy higher self has brought you here. We are in for the most amazing journey. Cause it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, that's what I got for you, Virgo. That's my birthday dance. But whenever you happen to come across this weekly video, Virgo, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Virgo. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching Virgo, so definitely check them out. I think you would really enjoy them. But let's go and get into your first card here. Interesting. I tell you, Aquarius has some very, very curious cards within that Oracle deck. But you got the 5th card of Aquarius here, which is the Pillory card. And with this card, this is a card of open dishonor, humiliation, finding fault, punishment, abusive, shutdown, caught, public ridicule and mockery, nowhere to run, censure, serving time, and vulnerable. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the shutdown. And there's a couple of things that are, for a few things that are kind of coming through here, Virgo. I feel like for some, I feel like especially with you kind of with the sun being in your sign and your ruler being retrograde in your sign right now, you know, we're with your season, we're in a very retrograde heavy time, and I feel like we want to be mindful of, because one of the more lower vibrations of Virgo is that that overly critical type of energy, and I feel like we want to be mindful about maybe shutting down others if they're not doing things up to par that you would do, Virgo, because I do feel like yours is a sign that strives for perfection, and I feel like your heart is always in the right place. You know, I feel like that overly critical thing is just like everyone just like focuses on that so much, but it's just like, where's that intention coming from? And where I feel like we just want to be mindful of making sure that pure intention is not getting lost in the overly criticizing or like the nitpicking or even potentially like kind of shutting people down, like, you know what, you can't seem to do this, I'll do it myself type of energy, you know, just something along those lines there, Virgo. But on the flip side, you know, I'm not putting this all on you, because maybe for some, but maybe we've been feeling kind of shut down, maybe we feel like that there's no matter what we do, we can't seem to quite get ahead or something along those lines. And if you're noticing that, Virgo, I feel like there is, you know, at some point we have to say when enough is enough, and we want to draw a line there. And I don't feel like we need to be disrespectful about it, but it's just like, you know, maybe if this is like a work thing or something along those lines, just like, hey, well then, instead of just telling me that I'm not doing stuff right and that you'll just do it yourself, let's walk me through it, show me this thing, because you know, because you're a very intelligent sign, Virgo, and I feel like that if it's something along those lines, it maybe it's just like, well then, yeah, show me the ropes, show me how you do it. And then maybe you could even, while we're doing this stuff, it's like, you know, as you're doing, it's just like, well, hey, you know, like maybe we can even fuse the two ideas to make this thing even more efficient. And then look at that, some beautifulness is kind of happening there. But I'm kind of getting for some others that maybe for some that maybe if we've been, I'm getting this energy of like if you get criticized, Virgo, let's say for example, let's say more so on your end, that maybe for some of us we may have this tendency, instead of like standing up and like, maybe voicing something about these critiques and things, that maybe we tend to shut down and just sort of just like, I don't know, it's like I'm almost getting this energy of like almost like people pleasing, but kind of like, or like, but yeah, like only kind of. It's, yeah, I just feel like that maybe for some, if we tend, if like our defense mechanism is just to kind of shut down. I feel where, because that's a tough energy when you feel like that you're not, like when that fight or flight sense kind of kicks in and you're not sure what to do. And I feel like, like, because whether this is happening to you or it's happening to others, I feel like that, like, there's a need for, I don't know, there's like this. I almost feel like for some of this is something where we're doing that, or that's happening to us. It's like figuring out why it is that we shut down. Is this just like maybe we don't like, I don't know, it's just like, do we have something against like maybe like authority figures, for example, or maybe we tend to take things too personally, possibly, or something along those lines. And let me get a look, because maybe this is even something too where it's like, I don't know, it's like we try to do things for others and it's just like, it's if we let me get a little bit more, or get some tarot on this, Virgo, and get some details. Interesting, because there's Aquarius. Well, let's see what's going on here, Virgo. All right, small little reversal storm here, but that's all right. So you have the Two of Swords, the Five of Coins, and then the Star card in reverse here, and then we have the Three of Swords, and then the Six of Coins upright. And I kind of feel like with this, Virgo, and this more so kind of feels more so like if we tend to shut down or something along those lines. I feel that maybe for some, we've been in this situation where I'm almost kind of feeling for some, it's just like maybe we're either in like a relationship or maybe we're in a situation where it's just like we don't feel like that we're being heard or that we're being seen, or just like that maybe it's just like we try to, it's like we try to express our thoughts and or something along those lines. Like in our head we have this whole sort of narrative that we build up, but then when the situation happens, it's just like that maybe there's this energy of, I don't know, it's like we almost feel like that it's like we start to oscillate. Then it's just like maybe the nerves start to kick in, and I feel like that maybe for some this is like, it's like it is like it's like carried through. I feel like there's a source for that, Virgo. If there has been, there may be some sort of trauma or something, like maybe we felt like that in like maybe childhood where we've been shut down, or maybe this is like growing up, maybe again like we had maybe some authority figures just try to like to diminish our shine or something along those lines. But the Star card is a card of healing, and I feel like that there is this need to kind of restore this balance here. Let's say if this is a relationship, for example, and I'm not getting, and I mean that is a little abusive, like, because I was like, I'm not, it's, if we're in sort of relationship and it's just like, like you try to express your feelings but they're just constantly not heard, you're just like, your energy is never like appreciated. And it may not be malicious in a sense, but it might just be like, well, Virgo, like you're thinking too much about it, like kind of with this Two of Swords here, like you're, and it's just like we get to this, like I almost feel like some of us may be kind of doubting ourselves even, or something along those lines, Virgo. But there's, with this Five of Coins here, this is like there's this energy of lack, and it feels like it's this, like this confidence here that it's just like maybe we've been, I don't know, it feels like that maybe we've been like, for some we may actually be in this situation, but I'm kind of feeling for some others it's like maybe we might be kind of overinflating like a situation. Maybe we feel like that like a criticism is like a personal attack even, or something along those lines, and it's just like that. And that's a weird place to be, because it's just like it's hard to tell where that balance is, Virgo. And I feel like that this is something where maybe we might need to, just thinking with the star card, this could be a card of unexpected help or something along those lines. I feel like maybe it's like maybe asking the opinions of others, maybe getting like a sounding board or something along those lines. It's just like, hey, can, like, let me explain this situation to you, or like, even if you don't want to get that personal, it's just like, hey, like, I know a friend, let me run a hypothetical by you. We can deviate around that here, Virgo. But I do feel like there's something that's hurting here, just something where just like maybe we feel like we can't speak up, or either it's like someone's going to be reactive, or maybe we tend to be reactive when challenged, or something along those lines, Virgo. That's Let me get a little bit more on the star card, because before the star is the tower, and it's just like I feel like there's a source, like some sort of like, again, some sort of trauma. Wow, wow. What? Okay, so there's the tower. Um, okay, so hold on, Virgo. Wow. Okay, thanks, higher self. Interesting. All right, Virgo. So you have the tower upright, and you got the Fool and the Knight of Swords in reverse here. And this is more Aquarius energy. And Aquarius deals with the collective. And Uranus rules over Aquarius as well. So, and I'm about to drop a whole bunch of planetary stuff at you, Virgo, because Mars is in Libra as well. And so, let's talk about with the tower, Mars in Libra. Because I feel that there's this energy of maybe it's like reevaluating how we interact with others. I feel like there's something here that we may have breezed over with this, like there's something here, there's like a source to this, like maybe self-conscious, or maybe this reaction, or something like that, Virgo, where it's like, because when I think about Uranus energy, Uranus and Aquarius, since that they ruled over by them, and even the Knight of Swords, I think I might have said is Aquarius energy for me, but it's like they're all about this sense of freedom and don't want to feel like they're in this control or something along those lines. But I feel like it's like maybe we react to extremes possibly, or maybe we might be dealing with someone who might be reacting to extremes, or, and again, it's just like they may be, I don't know, either telling you that like maybe you're overly critical, but that may not be the case, or it's a lot going on here, Virgo. I kind of feel like, and I feel like with your ruler being retrograde, it's just like maybe we need to take some time to kind of reflect on our relationships with others, and how you interact with others and how others interact with you, and just kind of really, maybe more so, instead of like going into this like state of like being in a more kind of observant type of energy right now. It's not that we're not voicing our opinions, but it's just like really maybe listening to what others are saying, and because something here is needing to shift, I feel like, with the tower here, because it seems like it's a lot of stress and just like a lot of heartache that's going on here. And it's just like we can get to this place of where we're just like we're doubting our every move, we're afraid to make any sort of steps, or whatever that is, whether it's people are afraid to maybe upset you, Virgo, or maybe you're afraid to upset others. But more, because that's wild to be talking about that and to have it pop up like that, Virgo. That was, All right, let's get some tea, Virgo. Let's get some tea. Kind of be with this energy here, and then let's get another oracle on the mix. Thank you. Oh, oh, interesting. Okay. So you have the second card of Scorpios here, which is the olive branch card. And with this card, this is a card of truce, surrender, giving in, coming to terms, suspend, lull, de escalate, make amends, peace offering, winding down, halt, reprieve, ceasefire, treaty, and agree to disagree. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the giving in. And I feel like for some, it's just like more so I feel like on your end, I feel like maybe for some, it's just like maybe we've gotten to this place of where, I don't know, it's just like it seems that maybe like others might be like either like maybe misunderstanding or misconstruing what you're meaning, and we've just gotten to the state of just like we're not sure what that source is or something along those lines. And I feel that where I'm sure, like there may be people that have their things, but it's just like maybe instead of just like giving up to be like, well, it's just like whatever, I'm not even gonna be bothered with it. It's just like maybe it's just like, and I know like it's like why do you have to do all the work? But I feel like it's like maybe there's a need to just like maybe there's like a wording that how we're delivering it or something along those lines, Virgo. Because again, I feel like that sometimes your energy does get misunderstood. It's but I feel like that because again with Mars in Libra, this is about we want to be mindful as far as like compromising ourselves too much in order to try to keep this level of peace. At some point, others do need to there needs to be that reciprocity there with the six of coins. And maybe this is something where if maybe we've been, I don't know, it's like if when if we have someone, let's say for example the next time this happens where we're talking with someone and then like things seem to get out of hand, it's just like, hey, let's pause for a second. Let's create a safe space. What was it that I said that got you feeling like this? Or like, because I'm almost getting like a defensive type of energy. It's just like, was it the tone that I'm saying this was? Like, what? Let's try to hash this thing out. Let's try to do some healing here, and so that we can move on from this thing, so that it just don't, so that just like tower after tower after tower doesn't keep happening again. And again, Virgo, I know that like it's just like, well, why do we got to do maybe, like it's like, why can't they do the work? It's just like maybe they don't see the work that they need to get done. You may see things clearly because I feel like your sign knows how to really kind of you see what people need to work on and what things to do to make them shine bright, because I feel like that's all really Virgo energy wants to do is bring out the best in yourself and in others, because you are a sign of service as well. But I feel like that there's more. It's like where we can learn from our opposite signs. Your opposite being Pisces. Maybe there's this. It's like there's this more, and it's not to say that you're not empathetic or compassionate, Virgo, but there could just be this little bit more. Kind of coming from a more kind of like like. And again, I hope you know what I mean, but like coming from like a kinder space, more sort of like a softer type of space there. And I know that may seem a little like that may feel maybe for some out of character here, but I feel like it's better than maybe what's been going on here. If there's just been towers and no kind of progress, and relationships are not being formed and things like that. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. All right, so you have the Ace of Coins, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Swords upright, and then you have the Queen of Cups in reverse here. And I feel like with this Ace of Coins, Ace of Coins and the Queen of Cups here, I feel like this is like an opportunity for reflection and for, again, like I was saying, to just like to bring about this sense of compassion, coming in with this I don't know, it's like coming in with this energy of of bringing peace and bringing like taking away like that mental type of strife, because I feel like that maybe for some it's just like, because that can be frustrating when it's just like when, because I feel like with how intelligent your sign is, you know, with Mercury being a sign or being a planet of communication and things, you know, I feel like if we're not understood or things like that, that weighs on the head, and it's just like it can bring about, we may say that we may not care or something along those lines, but you know that affects your expansion, it affects your growth, and I feel like that, yeah, it takes some work, but I feel like it's going to be one of those things that are worth it in the long run, because this is like we can heal, you know, relationships and things, you know, friendships, you know, family things, you know, however this may be resonating. But I feel like with the Four of Swords here, especially if we've been just like, this is something we've been thinking about as far as like, you know, why does this keep happening? You know, what is that? Because that's interesting too. I'm just kind of looking at this. You got all three of Libra's minor arcana cards here, the 2, 3, and 4 of Swords. And again, Libra deals with those kind of one-on-one relationships, but Libra energy also deals with enemies. And it's not that I think we're making enemies, Virgo, but I do feel like that it may be like we might be burning more bridges than we're building, you know what I mean? And it's just, it could be something as simple as just like a different conversation, or just like a different kind of approach. And I do feel like too, Virgo, this is a lot to take on, and I feel like there is a need to not just be compassionate with others, be compassionate with yourself, you know, because you're learning too, you know. It's like we all figure out, like, there are some who can handle your approach, and I feel like there are others who can't, you know, sometimes, because that's, listen, my sun signs in Cancer, and I know that sometimes, I was talking with a Sagittarius about this, because Sagittarius energy, just for an example, Sagittarius energy has that bluntness, that honesty, that some people need to hear, but not a lot of people can handle that heat. And then when I was talking with her, or talk with them about this, it's just like, you know, Cancer, I felt like, well, at least my approach, you know, it's like, it's always like a little more softer, a little more understanding, you know, it's like kind of like feeling the stuff, but that even, sometimes people don't need that softness, they need the, it's like, it's Six of Coins. It's a figuring out this shift here. You know, it's like everyone is so different, distinguishing with like Aquarius energy, and we all have our own unique personalities, different upbringings, different traumas, different, you know, and it may just be like triggers or things like that. It's like, it's a lot, and I know that's a lot to think about there, Virgo. But I even feel like I'm running like 1,000 miles a minute right now. Like, oh, I hope that this is making sense, and I'm not just throwing word salad at you. But and this is what happens when your rule is in retrograde and you have a Gemini moon. I mean, I don't need to tell you that, Virgo. Your rule is retrograding in your sign right now, so that's, I can't even imagine. So, but I do feel like, let's be careful, especially more so if this is like, maybe people might misunderstanding you, Virgo, because I feel like some of us might be giving in and say like, well, you know what, I just am who I am, and you like, and where I get that, it's just like when people just need to deal with it, like, mm, that's, I hear sticking true to yourself, but you know, there is this level of, again, like balance and harmony. I'm not saying fully compromise yourself, but it's just like, let's see if we can at least meet each other halfway or something along those lines there, Virgo. And if we can't, then that might be, then we'll go from there. But, well, all right, Virgo. Yeah, that was, whew, that was a lot to say. Okay, let's get your last card here. Let's drink some tea. Let me see this chamomile calm me down a little bit. And then let's get your last card. Thank you. All right, Virgo. Interesting. All right, so you have the fourth card of Taurus here, which is the birdcage card. A lot of fixed energy on here, Virgo. And this is a card of possessive, codependent, cling, restless, oblivious, controlled, sing away, want freedom, without consent, dominion, watched, hostage, confined, jealous, trapped, and predator. Interesting, Virgo. So I feel like the energy, this is just this card is just resonating. It's just a lot of energy. And listen, like what I more so feel with this is like for some, I feel like for some it's just like we feel that we can't, almost for some it's like we feel like we can't seem to figure out how to say the right thing. Maybe it's like it's just like I feel that we may feel like that we have to like, maybe we feel like that it's just like, why do I need to like walk on eggshells with others, you know, or why do I feel that you know what that is, you know, it's just like maybe it's just like, I don't know, it's like for some it's just like it's like I feel like maybe it's like we feel like some are out to get us, or that, you know, that just like, or it just feels like that the words aren't coming out right, or just like or no matter what we say, or just like if things just get, it just gets misconstrued or something along those lines, or you know, like because this card is a lot, this card is pretty heavy. And yeah, it's more so just like the actual just title of the card is just kind of coming through here, just like the bird cage. It's just like, no, we feel sort of just like trapped in, I don't know, Virgo, that's, let me get some tarot on that and get some details. Because it's interesting here how you got your bird is free here, but then now it's like your bird is like it's back in this cage. It's just like it wants to be free, but it just feels like that. I almost feel like for some it's just like that we feel like we have to maybe give so much, and it's just like, why do we need to do this? Like, oh, Virgo, let me get some tarot on this. Oh, jeez, let me get some tarot on this. Hmm. All right, Virgo, last little bit here. Hmm. So your last few cards. So you have the Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and then the Ten of Cups in reverse here. And then we have you, King of Pentacles, upright. Let's switch back over. Because I feel like Virgo, like it's just like this energy here. It feels like that it's like we're wanting something, I don't know, it's like we're wanting something to change here with the Six of Swords, but it's just like I don't know, it's like we're trying to move on from this thing, or like I almost feel like for some it's just like when we share our feelings with in a situation, it just seems like that maybe we get shut down or something along those lines. And it feels that with, I might need to get a little bit more on your card, the King of Coins, but it just feels like that maybe for some it's just like we've had this experience or things along those lines, where it's just like we try to express ourselves, but it just like it doesn't quite come out right. It's like our true voice is trapped, or like our true intention is trapped, like, you know, because the Knight of Cups, he's a very loving, very expressive type of figure there, but it's just like it's just like it's not coming out like that. It's just like, and I'm not sure if this is from, maybe it's the people that we're with that are shutting us down, or this could be maybe of how we're delivering things. There's a lot, I feel like that. And then, you know, take this if this is something that's resonating with you, Virgo, take this energy and figure out to reflect on that, you know, finding out the source. And again, maybe talking with someone. And I don't necessarily, and this is not medical advice or anything, I don't necessarily mean like a professional, but this could even be talking with someone close who gets you, who really gets you, and who will be just like, hey, full disclosure, safe pace, honesty, you know, like, what is it, you know, what is it about? Because I mean, you're here upright, and it's like there's let me get some on that King of Coins, because that's, let me figure out what's going on with him. Because just even just kind of looking at him, the fact that he's a turtle, you know, just kind of taking things slow, you know, just like, and really just sort of evaluating. Maybe if it could be just like the people we might be connecting with, Virgo. That might be part of the reason, but I feel like too, you know, if we're noticing this stuff, if this is becoming like a common thread, that there is this energy of they do have you all in common. And it's not to say that you're the source, but there's something here that can maybe be tweaked on your end too. That's like maybe just the people we're hanging out with, or get this card here. Alright, so the King of Swords is clarified by the Six of Cups and then upright, and then the Ace of Swords in reverse here. And there's this, I don't know, with the Ace of Swords here, I feel like that there is like our words are kind of betraying us. And I feel like there's something away about how we're sharing with others or things. It's just like I don't know, like it feels like maybe with the King of Coins, we feel that like, I don't, again, take it as it resonates, Virgo, but I feel like it's maybe we're thinking that things are coming out all stable and solidified and that it makes sense, but it's just like, that it's just like for some reason again this energy, like these thoughts and these words or things are not being received how we're intending them to. And again, it's like I'm not trying to put this all on you, or this might be something that we're someone that we're dealing with, but a lot to think about, I feel like, with this, Virgo. But I think I'm gonna pull out of that. So I hope that that made sense, Virgo, because that was a lot. But if anything resonated, I tell you, Virgo, it's been really tough the last couple of weeks. I feel like since this like retrograde and things, like, because we are in a very retrograde heavy season right now. Uranus, actually, that's interesting that the Fool would pop up in reverse Uranus, because Uranus is going retrograde, and it's just like we're just all going. And we're in a very reflective time right now with the Soul Tribe, and things are different, and so, but because I had to tell Gemini something very similar to this, because it's like I feel weird even saying like giving it a thumbs up, because it's like of course I, you know, the likes help, but it's, I feel like this is more so just as like just to let other Virgos know that you're thinking about something like this, that this is something where we're all kind of in this sort of like evaluation state of how we may be coming across, or and share this, Virgo. Let me move on from that, because maybe this is, you know, maybe this is something where we've noticed someone who's, you know, who maybe just, I don't know, maybe they don't see how they're coming across, or maybe they're having someone who's shutting them down and they just give in and they're feeling trapped, or because it is a mixed bag here. But and if you haven't already, Virgo, I'm about to get back into your reading. Subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified of all these videos each week. And then lastly, let's shift gears a little bit, Virgo. Because if you look at you getting the Queen of Cups, here, one of Cancer's cards to come over to my other channel, not that you need her. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Sheridan, friends. You know, it's a good place to express your emotions. We're all about feelings. You know, we'll hear you out. But you know, if you get Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over. I do videos Monday through Friday there. You can meet Rhonda. She's a good listener, I assume. But it's a good old time. We discuss lunar shenanigans and all that housekeeping. It's down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise card here, Virgo, so I can get you out of here. Speaking of lunar shenanigans, you got the moon here. Your opposite sign, Pisces. And I feel like for some, with the moon being upright here, there's like, it's like there's something that's not being seen clearly, or something that's being obscured, you know, or maybe maybe we're, again, if we're trapped in something, maybe this is like a, you know, like someone's trying to keep us in this type of illusion or something along those lines, or I don't know, like I feel like that there's something here with the moon as far as just like we're trying to, maybe take a moment, Virgo. We're just kind of paying attention. Like I'm just really kind of fixated on just how she's taking a stroll during the full moon, and it's interesting here because there's going to be a super full moon in Pisces here today, actually, when this is coming out. So maybe if this is something that's been resonating with you, take a stroll. And just kind of, if we've been, just been, thinking a lot, and then maybe that might help kind of shine some clarity and kind of bring some, I don't know, give you something to just kind of think about there, Virgo. But, let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here. A lot to think about. A little heavy stuff to think about on your birthday season there, Virgo. But, growth happens in weird times. Thank you. Well, take this birthday season, especially if it's something that resonates with you. Do some healing, Virgo. Just do some self care. See, with the Queen of Cups being in reverse, then just like, maybe take that moonlit stroll. Maybe do something where. And I like that. There's this little snail on here. Take things slow. King of Coins, turtle. Take things slow, and it's something that's needing some kind of really big emphasis on some healing here. But I will catch you, Virgo, on the next one. Later.